M0FXB Hamtech, welcome to my channel. Quick one here, programming the TIDRADIO H8 just using the cable. I know you can do it with Bluetooth, but I thought let's do the cable. So go to this link here, I'll put the link in the description, and then click download where it says programming software just here. Hopefully my radio is not in the way of you seeing that. Yeah, you can see that. Click that, download the zip that you get. You might have to create an account. I had to, but it's a free, it's free. So just create that, and then eventually you'll be able to run. Let's have a look at the software that I had earlier. The zip, which is up here, like so. Sorry about the lagginess of this computer. Double click. Now you've got the firmware here. We're going to do that in a separate video. But the main thing is the programming software. Double click that and you end up with this tiny little blue radio, which I've got on my desktop. I've just moved it down here. See this tiny little yellow radio here? It's actually yellow, not blue. And you get this window, and you need to connect your programming cable. The one I used was just an Amazon Bofang one, £4 delivered. So plug that into the top right of your radio. I didn't have to download any drivers, but the driver I've got, if I go right click device manager, it's just a normal CH340 driver. So if we go to COM ports here, look, USB serial CH340. So I'll put a link in for that driver as well. Now back to the software. This was really easy. Move the radio here. I know it's not the clearest image, but anyway, you can see the software. All you do is go to the top, click COM. Let's do, click COM, and then it gives you the option to select. It's a bit of a delay on that, but look, mine was 11. You just go right click. I just showed you that device manager, and it was number 11. See it there? And when you download the software, you do get the option of which it says to you. Do you have the CH340 software, or do you have the Prolific? So I chose CH340 because I've got loads of those cables here. So that's all good. And then I just set the COM and went read. You do have to read it first. There's no password. I just did that. Now this is that I've got the ham copy of the software. When you download the software, it does say to you if you've got GMRS. So depending on the kind of radio you've got. And then I just added some names here. So we just add a new channel. Let's add one here. We'll go 145.775, say repeater. The transmit would be, because we're going to need a shift, but you don't put in shift, you put in the receive and the transmit. So we knock 600 off that. So 145.150. That's a 600 shift. And then we want the transmit code for sending out to the repeater, which is 94.8. So you drop down here where it says QT, DQT, encode. I know it's a mouthful, but the encode is the bit that matters because you are adding this digital noise or tone to the transmission that opens the repeater. Then we can select the power, which is there, and wide or narrow. Busy lock means if someone's talking, it won't let you transmit, so I just don't touch that. Add it to a scan group, I haven't done that, and then name it. So we'd call that one GB3, we just call it AA for now, okay? I don't really know what frequency hop is. What's that? PTTID, so I didn't know that. And then also there's a settings menu. So if you go, you can save things, of course, save and import. Machine info gives me my type radio. Now I'm pretty sure you can actually change what type you are with different firmware. I'm ham, okay, there's a ham unlock and there's GMRS, I saw it. I'll see if I can find that again, earlier. Now let's click OK, and then you've got, no, let's cancel that, we don't want to clear data. So read and write data you've got here, or you use the read and write green arrows. You've got language set up, communication port, which we already did. Now there is a settings one as well. Cancel that for now. Let's find settings. Edit. Here it is. Optional features. And you've got all the settings that are basically in the menu. I wouldn't say you've got everyone, but I've added M0FXB. I've got the B there. The boot up sort of logo, message or icon. Message 3 and welcome. I could change that to Andreas, Andreas. And then you've got the lamp. If you want the lamp, these are the programmable buttons that are on the top and on the left. So you've got the short key, the long key. That's all you've got basically. Short key and long. So you know when you hold it down or when you just press it briefly. You can go channel only mode where it only displays channels. You know, memory channels. You do have to tell it to do that. If you look here, MDFA, I've told it to display the names. On the B band, I've told it to display the frequency. I just thought that would look good. Now this model unfortunately is not airband, but it does do marine band, pretty sure PMR, GMRS. There's your light, your backlight, which is menu number 6. I put it continuous, and you've got squelch level there. Normally about 4 for me. And then once you've done it, you can save. Let's save. I've already saved one file there. And you can import that as well. Then you write to the radio, and it should, when it reboots this time, it should actually say Andreas. But it's, oh no, you can't really see it. I think I've got to turn it on and off to actually show that. But let's just quickly turn it on and off. No, it didn't do it, but I wonder why. Let's edit optional. Has it got to be turned on? See it here? Display. Well, I've filled it out, but whether we've enabled it, maybe we've got to do it in the main settings window of the radio. Not that important really, is it? So I know my radio's in the way. Let's move it out of the way. So I'll show you the settings again because I can see that it was in the way earlier. We've got squelch, light control, voice prompts, auto lock, timeout. You want at least 180 seconds. That's how long you're talking for. The name, frequency, sync, breathe LED. What's that? Is that just how long it's on for? I'm going to put 30. Why not? Display LED, display LCD, beep. Mic gain, you can change that if someone says your audio is a bit quiet. Scan mode. So I have a little play. I'm just wondering why it doesn't show on boot up. It's a nice looking radar, very nice design, nice torch. It does have the weather channels. Click OK, right back to radio. I'm waffling now. And then in another video we're going to look about how to do firmware, which I got a feeling is a different program for firmware. We might as well look at that quickly now, and then I can still make another video. Let's go back to the software. You get firmware upgrade here. I've never done this, by the way. So we've got this thing here saying H8 IAP. Let's double click it because the cable is connected. Go yes. Please don't tell me off for not knowing what I'm doing. I've not done this before on this radio. M0FXB, next. Install shortcuts. You can see that there is a bin file there, finish. It does say read me first, we will read that. So there's our, let's have a look at our software that came. It's called the H8 IAP. So you have two, you have the ham one there, that's for programming memory channels that you can see where I'm circling. Then we've got the H8 IAP. Ooh, oh, we'll click that too many times, so you don't have to click it once. So this is going to be our, our firmware loader. Let's read this a minute, what it says. I'm guessing you have to load the right one for your radio. So click OK. So let's have a read. Let's learn together. Remember, my channel, we learn together. Firmware install, open, select COM port. Well, it seems quite straightforward. Open the file, click start, and then it's actually saying some of the updates. Now, I might have the latest one. Scan function, we've added new functionality to the scan key. Message function, okay, cool. Mic gain. Breathe LED, what is that? Breathe LED standby is by default set to off. The LED light flashes green once every 5 seconds. With the new protocol, additional setting options have been added, including a switch bet screen. Switch between 5, 10, 15, 30, yeah. The default is it just literally just telling you that the LED is going to flash? Okay. Notice in the unlocked version we have default channels of your convenience, and that does say 136. It's not quite airband, is it? But I will try and find that unlocked version, but I'm not getting the unlocked version here. I'm just getting this bin file here. So let's just do that just for fun. The firmware we got, it says, is version version. It just says 0.1. So let's just load the firmware and see what it does. So open file, and we've got to find that file that we just downloaded, which is in my desktop. Go down, I put it in a file called TID8. They're normally in alphabetical order. TID8 firmware, there it is, bin, cool, that took ages. Start. Right, is there open port fail? So we've got to select the COM, and it hasn't told me if I have to put it into firmware mode. I didn't see that. But COM 11, look, click OK, start. Is it doing it? File size. And I'm just going to read that little manual again just to make sure that, you know, they're in a firmware mode. So what should happen is along the bottom here, it should go blue. Status, that should go blue. And that hasn't happened yet. So it looks like what you do is, let's just end that a minute. You turn off the radio. Then you click start. Then you turn on the radio. And when you turn on the radio, it should do it. But mine didn't do that. So let's end. Click start. Nothing happens. Turn it off. Then on. Ah! It worked. Did you see what I did? You click start, off and on. Download successful. The radio looks normal. Let's read the radio. So we'll go read. Oh, no serial port. So the radio's on. Let's just select the COM again, which was 11. Actually, we'll disconnect the programming software. So I think that's what we'll do first. You know, the firmware, it doesn't do anything else, does it? Read, write, save, machine info. I wonder if you can program different types of radios. Machine info. Can't see anything new, so we're just going to close that. Then we're going to, I think I'll unplug it and plug it back in. We're going to just double check the COM number, device manager. There, COM 11 on the left. Then we're going to go COM, should show 11 now. As a choice, it'll pick up the other COM port, so you choose 11, click OK, and then we're going to read radio. Okay. Close, that worked. About, ooh, still version number 1. I can't see any changes there anyway. Let's just go menu on the radio, go backwards, see if we can see a version 230923, which I think is the same. Now I'm just gonna, the other thing I just want to check is to see if I can load different firmwares on for different types of radios, like if I can make this a GMRS radio, for example. It does actually work with CHIRP. Let's just have a look. Go radio, download from radio, and it's TID, isn't it? COM11. TID radio. See if it's got the H. I do like the H3. That's a lovely looking little set. HD ham. Click OK. Turn the radio off. Funny, isn't it? Connect cable. Turn radio on. Volume may need to be 100%. Ensure the radio is tuned to channel with no activity. Click OK. To download the image. So that's funny how they're doing it so you sort of turn it on and then it starts to work. Ah, there you are. So that's it. We got CHIRP working. I mean, CHIRP's easier, isn't it? Settings. All the settings are there. Power on, look. Message, that's the one we want sure why it's not actually working. But they look the same settings, so thanks to CHIRP. Anything there, upload to radio, enable, edit, select band plan. Ooh. North America. Australia, Europe. Okay, I'm not going to select anything now, but there you are. So you now know that CHIRP works just using a Bofun cable. I still want to look into this changing of bin files. So I found this page. I'll put the link in the description. TD8 ham, TD8 HA, and TD8 unlock. So I'm going to have a quick look and see what firmware it gives us. Here's the unlock, and there's programming software, and within that will be a different bin file. Unlock zip. I'm going to try it just to be naughty. We are just experimenting. We're not transmitting anything. Right, we've got the little file. Let's turn off the radio. The cable's still plugged in. Open the software, the firmware software. We've got here. We're going to open the file which is called unlocked. So not this one. We're going to go to our downloads. That's where we just put it. Where's downloads gone? Desktop up a bit more, I think. What I'll do, I'll extract the file, the download, to the place where I put it last time, like so. Extract to. Remember we had a file called TID RST TD8, that'll do. TD8, so we know where it is. So open the software again. It's called, well, I better shut one of these, shut that one down. There you go. It's called H8IAP, open file. We're going to look for TID again. Is it in there? Unlocked, firmware, bin. Right, so the radio's off, we click start, and then we meant to turn it on. Let's just do the COM again. It's funny how does it find a COM if it's turned off? Just need to make sure that everything else, there it is there, COM11, click OK, start, then turn on. I think you've got to be quite quick, it's going. I'm actually going to try the GMRS one as well. Remember, it's going to wipe everything on your radio. So that says it's unlocked. And that's called version 2. And let's go back to that where the software is. We look here at the software. Remember it was there. We'll go back one. And we choose the GMRS one. Download, give that a minute. We're going to download that and see if that goes in. But this is how you can change, you know, between different radio versions depending on where you are in the world. Okay, we've got the GMRS version now. So all we got to do is send that again to the extract to the same file, which is TID. Fast forward if this is a bit boring, but you know me, I learn in front of you. TD8, click OK. But I do work hard at it. I'll give myself that much of a pat on the back. So now we're going to open that firmware file again, which is called IAP. Open file. I'm going to go back one to the TID8, GMRS, firmware, bin. Okay, now I'm not sure why it's saying end there, but we'll click end now. Turn the radio off. Let's just open that file again just to make sure that it was the right one. Just want to make sure TMRS, TD8, GMRS, firmware, there you are, just to make sure. Radio's off, click start, turn radio on, and in theory, if that loads, no, it didn't load that time. Let's try it again. Turn it off, make sure the cable's in. Oh, did we do the COM? Let's just check the COM is 11. Yeah, COM's 11. We open the file, click start, radio's off. Let's turn it on. We'll try it a couple of times. If it don't work, it doesn't matter. You know, you get the idea of how to do it. And this was sent to me as a ham type radio, not GMRS. So that's expected. Do that again. No, I'll just leave it a bit longer. But I think that's pretty good. All the links for the software is here. You know how to upload the firmware. You can use CHIRP. You can use the original software, and I'll also add the link for the programming software, which is really good. I mean the Bluetooth one, which is this one here. And the idea behind OD Master is once you've logged into it, you can actually log into it on your PC. This is like the PC version, and the idea is that once you've used the radio on your app, that you can then use it. Just grab my phone and see if I can log into it. You can then make changes on here. God, look at all these different ones. So we got the H8 unlock version. All right, let's just quickly log into it. So if we hold down the Bluetooth button or press it, Bluetooth lights up. We go back on my phone app. I was using it earlier. Connect Bluetooth. Should find my TID radio, which is that one. It connects. TID, and it says ham at the moment. Let's try reading it and see if that changes to, see the way it's reading now? Once it's red, it should change really to unlock version. Alright. And then to change frequency, there's your channels, that you choose a channel, type the frequency. Once you've done that, you can save. And then you write it back to the radio. That's how you do it with Bluetooth. You've got write here as well. If you click write, it just does it. I find it, to be honest with you, quicker, a lot quicker, to just enter the channels in manually. I really do. Find that quicker. Just type the frequency, put the shift in, and then just go to menu number 25 and save to a channel. Job done. Update confirmed. Apparently it does your firmware. I can't see where it does firmware. Let's go back. Oh, you can actually save changes. So when you go back, it's saved. I'm gonna have a look, see if I can do the firmware with the app. The other thing it does, the app, you can actually talk to each other via the internet. Look, what's this? Hello! You can actually do that. I'm still not seeing how you can do the firmware with the app. Right, when you go to me, on the bottom right, you select me. Now, if you notice, there's APRSFI on there as well. go me here. I noticed there was an option there for setting. So you go setting, and at the top it does say local version. There's an update button there, but maybe we've got the latest. PC program, Bluetooth, email, background operation. So now what should actually happen though, if we sign in, check in, what's all this? Don't really know what that is. And we're logged in as M0FXB anyway. What should actually happen is, now that we've read that radio, when we go to this app here, that you can see on the screen, what should happen is what you've just done. You know, it should show, you know, the radio that I've just read should actually be here. Can't seem to find it though. So we're looking to see if it finds what I've been up to. And you can actually change here when you're logged in. Ah, here it is, TD, there it is there, found it. Right. Update. Cool, what's all this? Don't even know what that is. So I think we'll end it there. We learned quite a lot in this video. So thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Please remember, I'm learning in front of you and enjoying every minute of it. Like and subscribe if you find my videos helpful. 7-3.